That is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that bottom. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So, sticky and horrible. So yeah, yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. Good afternoon all, how is everyone? Hope you're very well. I'm very well, thanks for asking. Well, hashtag week, it's upon us once again. Seems very close, this one, because obviously we only did the reveal last week for last month's the hashtag lidded box hashtag, which was really successful. We had 32 people send in photographs. Absolutely outstanding. Thank you to each and everyone who sent in the photographs. So this month's hashtag, who's gonna have a guess? Anybody want to chuck in the chat other than the people who know? Brian,
I can't
Joe,
look because I need to keep
Pete,
the chat where it is, so you'll have to do that bit yourself.
who wants to chuck it in the chat and have a rough guess of what it's going to be? Go on. I'm going to keep the suspense going as long as I can get it, because I've got a cup of coffee over here and I'm going to take a swig out of that while I'm waiting.
People have got things to do, you know.
I know, but you know, I like to build the suspense. If nobody guesses, then if nobody wants to guess, then I'll tell you what it is. I'll give it 30 seconds. If I don't see a result, then I'll tell you what it is. A lot of people in the chat. Welcome everybody. Thank you very much for coming over. Yeah, we know you will, Brian, because you know what it is. Right, I'm going to tell you what it is. Right, so hashtag week. As you always know, as we always say, hashtag week is about getting you guys in the workshop doing something. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I walk into the workshop, want to do a bit of turn. I'm like, what do I want to turn? What do I want to turn? I've turned umpteen vases, I've turned umpteen bowls, I've turned umpteen this, umpteen something new, something challenging. And like we always say, it's about your interpretation of what the project is. So this month's hashtag, everybody's turned one. And the idea of hashtag week is that you shouldn't have to go and buy anything specific for hashtag week. You should have the raw materials sitting there, so it doesn't cost you a penny. But it's about getting you in the workshop and having the term. So this week's hashtag, or this month's
get
hashtag,
on with it. Gee.
This month's hashtag is a goblet. So it's hashtag goblet week. This is one I did in a live a few weeks ago, funny enough. It's been sat on this bench for a while. So that's what we're going to turn. Again, it's your interpretation of what it is. The style, the shape, the colouring. So I have here a chunk of wood. It's a piece of tree wood. Ain't got a clue what it is. It looks like a bit of pear to me, but I can't hold myself to that. So I'm going to rough this down, and then we're going to turn, hopefully, a goblet out of it, breaking in two pieces. So while I get this mounted on the lathe, Nick will welcome you all in. You don't want to talk now? Oh no, you don't want to talk now.
Right, first in was Colin, originally by Colin. Brian at Woodturning. We've got Gary Glass. I've lost my mouse.
Pardon me.
Copper Woodturning.
Just check my sentence line up before I
Mark
do too much.
Pritchard. John Scarborough. Door 60. Doug Miller at Woodspun Around. Peter Twisted Trees.
Right.
Stephen Gordon. Norman Greenwell. Mark the Gentleman Woodturner's on as well. My chat is
Afternoon,
going
everybody.
mad. Richard Buchanan. David J. Heath, the Guildford Carpenter. That's what in here. We also have Barry's Wood Creations. Colin Izzard. Ruby Clare. Barry's Wood Creations. Joe Senior. We also have Brian with a Y. Don't know if I said Chris Dodds.
You just did.
I want to make stuff.
I asked them.
But I don't. Forking Owls. Pod at Glencove Woodworks. I've got a fan I can have in here.
Hot stuff,
I'm
baby.
footing.
I'll share one with you, but you're not having it.
Barry Chitty.
Can't believe you're taking my fan.
I thought you had that little one.
I did, but you didn't want it. I'll have to dig it out.
Sorry. Steve Hale.
I bet you'll be running in 5 minutes. You're cold.
Wyvie Woodshed.
That's
cold. Jesus, Stephen.
I told you.
Is that the lowest it goes?
No, but you want the circulation in the workshop.
We've got Old Man River Woodturner. Never heard of them before.
Oh, welcome. Always nice to see some new...
Wedge Woodworks.
Oh, welcome. Always nice to see new names in the chat.
Paul Finley Woodturning at Home.
So we just focus that in. Make sure it's
Terry
focused.
Bartlett. Sid's Repurposing.
Right, Sid, how you doing, bud?
Douglas Mungham. I said him already.
Right, Douglas.
Michelle Higgins. Blinkeneck.
Is that a new name as well?
Colin at Wood Dancers. Eric Winkler. Scott Dunn. How's he going, funny?
Wow, a lot in today. Thank you very much,
Christina
everybody.
Michael Heseltine. Love Angel.
Donna.
Right,
Hi,
I think I've said everybody, like I say every week. If I've missed anyone because the chat jumped, just put a comment in and I'll give you a shout out.
Right, so first things I'm going to do, I'm going to rough this off to round with a, I think they're an inch skew. No, not an inch skew. Don't be shoot boy. Inch rounding gouge or rough and gouge from Record Power. So we're just going to try and get a bit of speed on this without shaking the lathe to pieces.
Wood Dudes on.
Hi Stephen, how you doing?
As well.
So we're just going to take this down gradually to get some shape on it. Oops. Get some shape on it, really. So as always, this can be any shape, any colour, whatever you want to do. And it's nice to see some people colouring. Haven't got to be always run-of-the-mill, same old goblets. It's nice to have different stuff coming in. That's out of the ordinary. So use your imaginations. That's a good thing.
Oh, Eric's got a question. Oh, Amy's on as well. Malcolm Douglas is on as well. Right. I have, this is Eric, an 8 by 40 inch piece of popular to make a goblet. Just need help getting it on the lathe, lol. Brian said goblet. Noun, drinking vessel with a foot and a stem, a beautifully turned goblet. AGK Woodworks is on as well.
Good afternoon. I'll just move this up and take this narky bit off here. So I'm going to cheat because our Kings Lynn, our Woodturning group, the Kings Lynn Woodturners, there's a guy, Nick Swan, doing a demo this month, second Wednesday of the month. He's actually demoing a goblet. And what they do is the month after, like many clubs, they have people taking their interpretation of what the demo of the month before did. So I'm going to cheat because I'm going to use this and take in.
Nice.
But
You need to look at it.
hey,
I'm not repeating it. You need to look at it.
report them.
I've deleted. Yeah, I've deleted it and reported. I reported it and then deleted it.
Yeah, we had loads in on Friday night as well.
Yeah, Ruby's done one as well. Thank you, Ruby. And Peter Twisted Trees, he's done them as well.
Shame they ain't got nothing better to do.
Anyway, let's have a look.
So as always, guys, if you've got any questions, just put a
Boys,
Q.
the boys on.
Hi, Roy. Put a
He
Q in
said-
front of your question.
He
He's in
said, I
fourth.
went to an Olive Woodturning shop the other day and I had I had a tour of his workshop.
What'd you sell him, Roy?
No, I'm
I'm
not
sure
going to say it for 14 hours. Don't be so rude. Jimbo's on, are you, Jim?
Right, mate. How's Kirsty?
Hope she's feeling better. Drinks at ours next Saturday, Jim.
Alright, so we're getting closer now.
Yeah, you're right, Colin, they are.
What's that?
This coffee never tastes strong enough now.
Oh, it's because you drink too
Put
much of
another
it.
heap in it. Steve, the second one I've had today, darling.
Well, that's too many.
That's because you didn't make it.
Coffee's not good for you. So at the top of the chat, I don't know if anybody was, well, obviously there were people in on Friday, but I'll just go through it again while I'm roughing this down, just to break the boredom. As you guys know, or most of you know, last year you all did an awesome job for the Makers Auction. We raised 4,200, or just over £4,200 for the Salvation Army. So a massive achievement. So I can't thank you all enough. and we said last year that we was going to do it every year. Well, we can do it every year. We're going to do it every year. But we didn't want to do it for the same charity. We was going to do it for another charity. So this year we've decided to do it for Dementia UK. So anybody who's already a member of the Makers Auction Facebook page would have been notified that the Facebook page is back up and running, because I put it on hold over the year until we decided what we was going to do with it. So I relisted that. I reactivated it Friday with the new picture, the header picture on it for Dementia UK. We're going to do the auction in October this year, not at Christmas, because obviously things are harsh this year for people, with everything going up in costs, you know, fuel, energy, and everything else. We came up with the idea of doing it before Christmas to make it a bit easier for people. And the other benefit of that is if someone wants to buy something that's on auction for a Christmas present, there's no reason why they shouldn't get it before Christmas. So we're going to do this similar to what we did last year. We're going to do some auction pieces, and then we're going to do some raffle prizes as well.
Don't ever tell me you can't multitask.
So over the next few weeks, I will be contacting people who offered to donate last year, to see if they still want to donate. And then obviously we can't take everybody's donations because there's just not enough time in the world to auction everything off. But what I am going to say is not every piece that's donated is going to be auctioned. Some pieces we're going to put on a raffle, because that will still allow us to take in a few more pieces, because obviously we can go through the raffle quicker, but also that allow people to buy tickets for the specific pieces they auction on, and they've got as much chance as anybody else in. So it's not all down to the night. Well, it's down to the night, but they can get their tickets prior. And then Nick will do like she did last year. She'll allocate numbers to people.
Oh, will she now?
Yeah, she will. She'll allocate numbers to people for their raffle tickets. But it'll all be go on the same principles last year, be on a GoFundMe. So I personally won't be touching any of it. It'll all go straight to the GoFundMe, which I'll set
Hopefully
up.
we'll get a response from them.
Well, I've actually contacted. I've already had an email from Dementia UK, because I contacted them telling them that I wanted to do a fundraiser, and they've already sent me an email.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. They've already sent me an email saying that someone's gonna be contacting me. So hopefully, we'll get a response and a bit more cooperation out of the Dementia UK than what we did Salvation Army. But the link in the top of the chat is for the Makers t-shirts. I know some of you guys already bought the Makers t-shirts, so thank you very much for
Are you
that.
doing the same ones? Keep the same ones.
They will run until December. So any funds that we get, because I'm not going to shut the Dementia UK fundraiser down until the beginning of January like we did last year. Even though we're going to do the auction in October, I'm still not going to. The reason being is because we promised the guys who paid to have their logos on the t-shirts that they was going to get a year. So that will run. The t-shirts will run till December. We'll do a new t-shirt, and there'll be a few makers who wanted to be on it last year that couldn't get on it. Will be notified.
Will they get first chance?
Yeah, they'll get first chance. Because there was a few people who wanted to go on it where they couldn't get on it. So they'll be offered first refusal. And then we'll do the same as we did last year. And then all the money we get for the spaces on the logo t-shirts and all the money we make on the t-shirts up to, let's say, the last day of December, will go to Dementia UK charity. And
I
then
think Steve's going to need it. That's why.
I am going to need that, no doubt. Let's just make it a little bit bigger than that. And then we'll start afresh on the 1st of January. So that'll go, all the sales from the 1st of January will go to the new charity for next year. So.
Right, can you take a breath now? Okay. Jim said Kirsty's not good, bless her. I hope she's feeling better soon, especially for next weekend. Jim's put, yay, drinks. It means you have to stay, Jim.
Alcohol.
Joe's got a question. She said, will you be... And you won't have to stay in tent in the garden, Jim. You can have the living room. Joe said, will you be colouring the goblet, Steve?
Well, it's possible, Joe. Yeah, I think I will, actually, because it's a bit of plain wood. Sorry, I had a mouthful of coffee.
Woodturning by Barry said he's got some good news. 1, he's getting his operation.
Oh, good job.
2, he sold his house in Turkey. 3, the money's in the bank. 4, I can use it at any time. Result.
Nice.
Amy says, how is it that you go to bed clean, but somehow bits end up in the bed? Eat in the bed. Mark said, how dry is that log? Mark Pritchard.
Quite dry. I haven't got
that's no good. Quite dry, is it?
Hang on. I'll lick it and tell you. How the hell do...
Have you got a thingy meter?
No, I haven't got a moisture meter. It's been stood in my workshop for 2 years, and the shavings coming off it are bone dry. So I reckon it's within 10 to 15%. That's just a rough guess.
Benjamin's on.
Hi, Ben. How you doing?
The wood dude said, question, are flying goblets allowed? You know, the Mike Walt kind.
Oh, yes, always.
Amy said, great call, Steve. Brilliant choice.
Well, the reason we chose it is because my nan suffered with it. Well, let's put it this way. I think most people within the community know somebody who suffered with it. So, nice. And it's a horrible, horrible disease or illness or whatever you want to call it. But all I will say is the good thing about it is the person who is affected doesn't really know about it.
But it's hard on you. It was hard on us.
Definitely. When you got a loved one who not knowing who you are and calling you by a different name, and
we went through one stage where she thought you was her husband, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I said something to her, and she went, "I'm not talking to you floozy," didn't she? She said, yeah. You've took my husband. I went, he's your grandson. And she just would not take it that Steve was her grandson. She was absolutely convinced.
The trouble is, I do look if you look at photographs of my granddad when he was in his 40s, 50s, I do look very similar to him. Tall, dark, handsome.
Won't go that far. As long as you're not as grumpy as what he was. I don't
well, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Grumpy though.
I'm working on it.
So Colin said about the makers t-shirts. Obviously, you spoke about that. Yeah, Terry's just because obviously I'm trying to catch up on the chat and you wouldn't shut up. Terry Bartlett said, "Did you get a response from the Salvation Army?" No, not at all. Not even a thank you, a thumbs up, nothing. Which I think is terrible. I don't think that it takes 5 seconds just to type a quick email saying thank you.
And I emailed him 4 times.
So Mark, you don't know how dry it is. I want to make stuff. Said it's a quite dry bit of tree wood, Mark. Roy said it's hot at the pool today. 37 temperature. Is he on holiday? Is he?
Just put him on lockout, saying, will you?
Should I put him on timeout?
Yeah.
Len's handcrafted wood signs is on. Never heard of him either.
Welcome. Hello, Len. Welcome to the channel. Whoops.
Douglas said his mum had it and she died with it. Yes, how Steve's nan was. Steve's nan was like his mum. She practically brought you up, didn't she?
Yeah.
Joe said, hashtag moisture meter for Steve. Ruby said, same here, Roy. I think Barry's going to get a new lathe.
Oh, nice.
Amy said she's got several family members with it. It is a horrible illness. It just really is. Chris said you got hair like Sonic the Hedgehog. Just saying, Steve. I know he wants it cut again today, and he had it done 2 weeks ago.
It's getting in my eyes, love. I need it cut.
Mark Pritchard said they want your money but can't say thank you. It would have just been nice to know.
I didn't want to thank you
that
for it. I just wanted to let you guys know what the money was going to be used for. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, just, if it was going to be to buy something or, I don't know, anything. Just think that it's terrible to not respond when someone's made so much, when everyone has made so much money for them. Doug said, did Salvation Army even collect the money? It gets sent straight to him, don't it?
Yeah, GoFundMe sends it straight to him.
That might be worth checking up on.
Well, I can't get anybody to email me. How am I supposed to check?
True. Mark Stroughton's on.
Hi, Mark. How you doing, mate?
Roy said that's not what you say in the live intro, Steve. Lol.
What's that?
I don't know. I'm just trying to catch up on the chat. Colin said it's a bad advert for the Salvation Army not having the decency to return a message or even acknowledge the payment. Yeah.
It is. It is.
Ruby said, why are you cutting that area now?
What, this area? Just to take a bit of chunk off of it. I'm now going to shape this ruby and hollow it out. Then I'll do the stem. I just want to get rid of some of the meat off of it. That's all I want to do. Right, so I'm going to put a little bit of I want to try and keep a little bit of that bark on there. So I'm going to put a little bit of a curved lip on that. Ooh. Grass hot in here.
Nice and cool in here. Do you want it back?
No, darling, you enjoy it. So some nice vibrant colours, I reckon, on this.
Someone had suggested some colours, but I don't know who it was. Len said it's not good to not respond. The world is changing. Yeah.
Who said that?
Len from Handcrafted Wood Signs.
Yeah, it's just, in my eyes, it's just rude. It's just, I mean, you guys went to, everybody went above and beyond to raise the money for the Salvation Army. In my eyes, the least they could do is just to say thank you very much and let your viewers know that this is what's going to happen with it. That's all I wanted. All I wanted was, excuse me, was just to let you guys know what was going to happen with the money. Get out. It's been wasp in it. Get out of it.
Colin said, at a guess, it's going to be the stem ruby. Oh, great. It's in here now.
So I'm going to put a tenon on the end.
Douglas says it looks like a dog toy.
Going to put a tenon on the end here.
We said that you said that you're handsome.
I am handsome.
I want to make stuff. Said, is it going to be a rolled edge?
Ooh, that's an idea, isn't it? That'll please Brian when I have a rolled edge goblet.
Mark Pritchard's got to go because it's lunchtime.
See you later, Mark.
Go away. Oh, go. TF Turning's on. Have you not got a flapper?
Beg your pardon?
Fly swat yesterday.
Oh, right.
Oh, go. Just go out the door. That's it. Go. Just don't turn around now because you're not welcome anymore. Gone.
That's it. That's a copyright strike.
I didn't sing it. TFT Turning is on. Amy said, what's everyone's projects planned? Is that for the hashtag, you mean? Oh, right. No, it's back.
Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Damn human rights. Kill it. Or fly rights.
It's a wasp, isn't it? Fly.
I don't know if it is a wasp.
No, it is a wasp. Go.
Oh, missed it.
flid. I see.
Oh, for God's sake. Get out, get out, get out.
Right, sorry about that.
Put that door, that'll blow it out the door.
TJ Turnan's on. I hope you're well, Terry.
Hi, Terence. How you doing, bud?
Roy said it's hot here. Just here too, Steve. Just saying. Where are you, Roy?
I'm just eating Corfu. Just if he does it again, put him in timeout.
So jealous. I love Corfu.
Keep rubbing it in.
Benjamin said, before choosing a charity, always look to see how much the CEO earns. Some of them are shocking.
Yeah. The CEO would get a mouthful of off of me if I met him. I'll tell you, from the Salvation Army. I even tried to get hold of my local Salvation Army in Kings Lynn to see if I could get like a little couple of minute interview just to know what was going on, but they didn't even return the calls either. So in the end, I gave up.
Disgusting. Absolutely terrible.
But hopefully, we will get a little bit of different response from Dementia UK. Like I said, they've already been in contact telling me someone's going to ring me. So that would be nice if we could just get a little bit of someone to talk to about it. Just let us know it's a little better. I'm hoping that if there's one local, what I'd like to do is get a little video or a little statement from them, so we can just play it or stick it onto the Facebook page, just so people know what it's all about, really. Let us know what the work because there's a lot of stuff they actually do. I mean, it's not just about supporting the dementia patient, it's about the family as well. So, be good.
Yorkshire gets on.
Hello, Glyn. How the devil are you?
Douglas Mangum says, Steve, you got them legs that game. Blech. They are not nice legs.
It's not very nice, is it? Oops.
Nick Castle's on as well.
Hi, Nick. How you doing?
Dude, all goblets should be electric green with gold leaf. Wow, I might just do one.
I invite people into. That's in here again now, that fly. I invite people into my workshop, and all I get is abuse from them. It's despicable. Absolutely despicable. Right, so I'm going to hollow this out first. So I'm going to use a Simon Hope hollower to get that down there. We'll start off with the small. I think it's 6 mil carbide, or is it 8 mil? I don't remember.
Jennifer's Craft Creations is on.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you? So we'll swap camera so you can see. Hopefully that one. If I move that camera around like that. So we're just going to start hollowing this out. Bit of vibration.
There's some spray. Where's that fly spray if it does come back? I've got to be careful in here, isn't I? Is that where you turn the fan round?
Yeah.
Is it back in there?
I don't know.
Roy said, see, he does love you, Nick. He stopped his turn and to save you from a waff.
Well, that Roy, that's the bitching. I can't be doing with the bitching.
You sworded.
I suppose I could drill this out, really, but.
So Eric said,
I'm going to drill that. Oh, I can't now. Go on.
How about a band at the top of the goblet with texturing? Well, that sounds good.
Don't mention embellishing wax, though, Eric.
Wedgwood Work says that's just a lathe talking to you. Terry said, from TJ Turner said, drill a small hole, Steve, it'll help.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Terry, actually. I put a 10 mil hole. Actually, I'll put a 13 mil hole through the middle. I was going to drill it out with the Forstner bit, but obviously
Yorkshire Git said, take the centre out, Steve. Pete said, if they don't get back to you this year, Steve, don't worry, they probably just forgot. Eric said, do the texturing before the hollowing.
Are we going to put a bit of texture around it?
Yes. What
Oh,
did I do?
that means I've got to sand it first then. Roll top, texturing. Jesus, it's getting a bit technical, isn't it? I was going to bang out a quick goblet.
Hmm.
Rolled edge.
That's all right. I've got a bit more time today.
So just run that down there then. I'm sorry, I need that fan back. I've got water running
Yeah,
down my
you're
back. I'm
fine.
sweating.
Cool down now.
Oh, I'm glad you have. Oh, that's better. Right. So let's get that sanded then. Start off at 120 grit. Actually, no, let's do 18. Let's do 80 grit because there's a couple of little tool marks in it. Slow this down. Extractor on.
How about a captive
Oh, don't
ring
go there.
inside the goblet pod?
Don't start that.
Douglas said filigree around the bowl.
Don't know what that means.
No. Hairs in my eye. And Benjamin said nothing worse than getting shavings mixed in with your sweat. Colin said you're buffering a bit, Steve.
Yeah, that's the internet, man. Unfortunately, I can't do a lot about that. I think it's YouTube, to be honest, because there's a few things that have been going on just lately. I'm kicking out 14 megaseconds, so I don't know.
Norman Greenwell said lots of little holes. Brian said you could do black and yellow, Mark's favourite colours.
So just quickly sand this up so we can get a bit of texture on it.
TJ said can't see the goblet top.
Can't see the goblet top. Oh, you could have told me, Nicola.
Sorry. Love Angel said it's like lace but in wood.
Sorry, Terry.
Rory said you can't use this now, Steve, for the club goblet as it now has others putting their mark on it, lol. Benjamin
watch.
said there's no buffer in there. Douglas said black and yellow sounds great.
That could just be if there's weather coming in. I know there's
That's
a bit
what
of rain
Collins just said. He said it cleared up now. Could be the weather.
Yeah, I know there's some rain, heavy rain coming in this afternoon, so that could just be that, mate.
Douglas has got to go hang his washing out.
Like I said, I know I had problems. I think when was it? Not this Friday, the Friday before. I had problems buffering, but since then I've checked all my cables, rebooted my router, and I've done some speed checks. I'm kicking out 20 megasecond uploads, so I'm pushing out. Well, according to OBS, I'm pushing out 14, so should be more than enough for YouTube. Right, so one more, last one. Lovely job. Cushy, as they'd say. Oh, here they all come again. Report them, will you?
Oh, sorry, I was doing something else.
Right, so just going to whack a hole through the centre of this, and then we'll.
Do you only have to report one of them, and then
No,
just?
you got to do every single one.
I'll report them. Someone can remove them, please.
Well, you got to do the same. You can. That'll do the same. It should be report and remove. Then that'll come with what you want to report it for.
Yeah, I've done it.
Right. So what we'll do is we'll just put.
Remove that last one for me.
Like I
Amy
say, we
said
had.
it's 6 degrees Celsius right now for her.
Wow. Like I say, we had loads of them on.
Yeah, why do they have to keep doing it?
Because they got nothing better to do, have they?
Yeah, I've done it as well, Colin. Steve Hale, he's on. Did I say
Hi,
that
Steve.
earlier?
How you doing?
I think I might mention him earlier, but
Right. So we'll take the elbow stabber out. Make life a little bit easier to hollow that out. So a bit of texturing. With sanded, normally you do your texturing after your colouring, but because like somebody wants texturing, don't know who that was, we'll just put a little bit of texturing on here. Nothing high tech, nothing fancy, nothing too fancy, just a nice little squiggly line.
Walking Out says, lol, do you think it's dark? Ain't seen him in ages.
Who?
Walking Out said, dark. What's his name? Dark. Roy said he's going for a dip in the pool. Oh, shush.
Right, so a little bit of texturing, 500 RPM, just a nice little run like that. So there you go, that's all I'm going to do on it. Just a little bit of lining on it, hang that back on its holder. So now we want a tool that we can go either side of that, and I've got just the tool for that I purchased a couple of weeks ago. Wait for it. This is the one that the Les Fawn, what's it called? Les Fawn detail tool, I think it's called.
Oh, been buying stuff, have you?
No, they sent it to me free. I bought some sanding pads and they sent it to me for free.
Was it $12.99?
Yes, it was, darling.
Good.
So a little bit of a line.
Could have
Just
bought
gonna
you
put,
that for Father's Day. We was going to get you something. We said that.
well, if you want to give me the money for it, it was 118 quid.
Second thoughts now.
So a little bit of a line each side of that. So a little one there. Just going to use the corner of it just to give me a little V. And then we're going to stop the lathe so we can line up for the other one. This hasn't been sharp yet, and it's nice and sharp out of the box, or out of the packet, should I say. So we're just going to put another little detailing line there. Just like that. So what we can do now is when we colour, we can put some, don't tell Brian, but embellishing wax in there. So just something a little bit detailed, just something, give it a little bit. So now we can get this hollowed out now. So the extractor off helps, doesn't it?
Brian said, Les Thorn multi-purpose tool.
That's the one.
I want to make stuff, said busted. Dr. Bob's on.
Hi, Dr. Bob, hope you're well.
He said he's spending the holiday with his brother in his shop.
Hope you have fun.
Pete said, multi-purpose tool or unskewed round skew.
Unskewed round skew. think I might be better with the mini hollering. Oh no, because it's got to change the head on it. Thought I might be better with a mini hollering tool, but.
Lewis Klondike Craftsman is on.
Hi Lewis, how you doing? It's a bit noisy, isn't it? Lewis must have got his internet back. He said he was out internet the other day. So I could put you on a camera. That one? No, not that one. That one. Can you see a bit better with that one? Is that a bit better?
Sorry, don't forget we're behind.
Yeah, I know, but I just wonder. I didn't know that they couldn't really see with that one. What I was using.
Wives said could be a club challenge to bring something coloured black and yellow. Steve Hale. I want to make stuff. Said he's going to set up his other screen for the F1.
Oh yeah, that starts on.
Glenn Yorkshire Git said Spindle Garage might give you less chatter, Steve.
Yeah, I did think that, Glenn. Let's try it.
I want to make some stuff. Said try turn the carbide bit around maybe.
It's sharp. It is sharp. It's just obviously that's a long way off of the doofy, isn't it? So let's just try this. That's when you get to the outer edge. You're all the way to the middle. That's when you get to the outer edge is the problem.
Terry said better on the camera. Better on the over camera.
The back camera, he means.
No, he said over camera.
That one. Is that one better?
Oh, that one. Sorry.
So it's going to take a little bit to hollow this out, but worth it in the long run.
Cool. You was on that Klondike. They're on again. So you report them. What happens? Because they don't seem to be.
Well, they won't get. All they do is. The trouble is they don't come from the same IP address every time. They'll come from all different IP addresses, so you can't just block them.
Right.
But all you can do is just keep reporting them. That's all you can do. Then hopefully, eventually.
Dr. Bob said, "Hi all. This is the first time I've been out of my house, except for walking since COVID." Pete said late but was turning. He's put the Woodturning shop link on. Oh, Terry said there has been a horrific crash at Silverstone in the Formula 2, apparently.
Oh, that might be delayed then if that's the case. Hope they're all right. Right, I need to move the.
Dara's on as well.
Hi Dara, how you doing? I'm getting there slowly. Can't really see. I need
Just
to.
have to
Oh,
pop in the house in a minute.
just need to move that around a little bit because I
Amy
can't.
says she likes the shape so far.
Thank you, Amy. I'm glad you do. I'm joking. No, I like it. It's all right. So I've just got to move that around a little because I can't. I'm banging the handle. The handle's a bit long, really. I could change it for one of the other ones if I need to, but that's better. I can see in there better now.
Amy said reporting the spammers is like whack-a-mole.
It's a
Jennifer
shame.
said she sent you an email.
Who did?
Jennifer.
Oh, okay. Hope that's not a dirty one, Jennifer, like you sent me before. Right. Oh, ouch. That hurt. My hip just clicked. Right, so.
Woodwork Learner said so it's Broken Goblet Week. I don't think I mentioned him. Hello to you.
Hi, Andy.
Jennifer said, do you know how you make your live subscribers only to comment?
Who said that?
Jennifer.
Do you know you can make your live subscribers only to comment? Oh, right, okay. I didn't realise that. I'll look into that, Jennifer. Thank you.
Klondike said, you know you are in the big time when they show up. Roger Kent is on.
Hi, Roger. How you doing? So there shouldn't be too much more to hollow out in here, really. Oops. I just knocked that. Just check that. It's just gone out of line. That's better. Just tighten up, make sure that's nice and tight. That's what you get if you stick the gouge in too far too quick. Like we always say, it doesn't matter if you get a catch, you're gonna get a catch. That's knowing what you did is the key thing. So you don't try and repeat it.
Apparently you can do it. Beard16 has done it.
All right.
Benjamin said, oh God, but then I'll have to subscribe to Steve.
The only trouble is the only trouble with doing that is I don't want people to have to subscribe to the channel just so they can leave a comment, because I think sometimes that may put new people off. I mean, there's a couple of new people in the chat today, and if they couldn't leave a comment and they had to subscribe just to leave a comment, I think that's a bit. I don't know. That don't seem right to me.
Eric said, a long handle is great for those with short arms.
Yeah.
Oh. Wayne Woodturner's on. He said on shop duty, just popped in.
Hi, Wayne. How you doing, mate? Just check that. Got a little bit of wobble on there now. Might just have to reshape that. Right, so with the depth we want to be, which is just there. So I just need to shape that. So I'm going to go back to my carbide now and just gently shape that. Take a little bit of thickness off the wall. Who came over on Friday for the Battle of the Makers? Close call it was on Friday. They only won by 1 point.
Terry's got to go. See you later.
See you later, Terry. Take it easy, bud. Just check that, see how thick that is. Still quite thick, actually. Might see if I can get the spindle gouge down there and just take a little bit of thickness off of that.
So, right, I've looked at this HelloFresh one. It's all very good, and you get everything weighed out for you. But that comes in at 30 quid delivered. I've done 2 meals, and I've got it for £17 so far. So, I'm just going to copy this. Wedgwood Work says Battle of the Makers was great. John Scarborough said it was a great night Friday. Joe said so close. Colin said was a good one. Terry Bartlett said it was a brilliant battle on Friday. Amy said I miss the battles as it's on at like 5 AM. That's too early for her. Brian's put winners, clapping hands this time. Pete said, did Joe and Brian win? Strange they never mentioned it. Colin said never had a draw yet though.
No, there hasn't been a draw.
Dr. Bob's brother's just joined him. John has just joined him to watch. Hello, John.
Hi, John. How you doing? Welcome to the
Brother
channel.
John. Woodwork Learner said, oh, for goodness sake.
Is that what you said?
Joe, no. Joe took to victory. Oh, we've got a spammer again.
It's all about taking part in it, Joe.
I'll read it in a minute. I've just got to do this.
Right. So just another pass with the spindle gouge. I think that should be just a light pass.
Nearly removed you then, would dude.
Oh, sugar lumps.
Right, so Woodwork Learner said Joe took you to victory this time, Brian. Joe put we won, whoop whoop.
Oh, that's better. I can see. I can see.
Put your glasses on.
I've got my glasses on. Just the light weren't very good. Because I'm trying to take a real fine cut. That's what it is.
Wood Dude says I'm Hank Marvin. The dude needs sustenance. But I'll check in later. Take care, Wood Dude. Colin said he loved the little victory jig, Joe. Woodwork Learner said the bots love your channel, Steve.
Sorry?
Woodwork Learner said the bots love your channel.
Yeah, they do.
Hey, you read them?
No, I see them on Friday. I just deleted them.
I've reported and deleted. Klondike says persistent, aren't they? Yeah, too right. Benjamin said, well done, Joe. Just think how much better you'd do if you had a team member as clever as you. Brian said, nice rolled edge. I'm absolutely starving.
Hank Marvin, are you?
Oh, no, what have I done? Oh, no, that's what the screen popped off. It does that, don't it? You said that the other day.
The top one? Yeah, I think that's on its way out. That's either the screen or the computer, one of the two. I might want cleaning because I ain't been clean for a long while.
Go and say it, all the operator.
No, because it does when I'm using it and I know I'm good at it.
Right, just go quickly check this washer. I'm back in a second.
Okay.
Oh, do you need anything?
Right, we can talk about her now she's gone.
Stephen, do you need anything?
What? No. Quiet life. Easy life. Less of a chore list. Do I need to keep on? Alright, so I'm just trying to round the bottom of that off a little bit. Just so we ain't got to sand so much, really. Shame you guys can't see down there. It's a shame I can't put a camera on the end of the gouge, you know, so you can see. Right. Now, I've lost a little bit of shape on that because it's knocked out a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about going back and reshaping it. It's not that much out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of a rolled edge on that. So I'm going to use a 1/4 inch spindle gouge just to round this off a little bit, just to try and match some of the outside shape, really. Just like that. Just like that. Right. So let's move this back into place. It's not going to be perfect, but that'll be near enough. We'll just have to double check it before we put our tennis ball in the end there. Just, oh, we've got a little bit of chip out there. Tennis ball in the end. Right, so we're going to sand this now. So I'm going to use some Abranet to sand that. I don't think you get a GoPro down the hole, Colin, to be honest. So I need a bit of 120. Where's 120 gone in my Abranet? There we go, 120. No, that's 240. Get a bit. No, not that drawer. I need a bigger workshop. Right, 120, 120, 120, 120. There we go, 120. So a piece of 120. We're just going to get the dust extraction on. So we're just going to gently clean this out, reshape this, take any little tool marks out of it. I'm not going to slow the lathe down. I'm going to keep the lathe going the same speed, but I'm going to move my sandpaper more quicker. Whoops, if I can keep hold of it, that is. And just keep moving it to give it a chance to cool down. So we're using the 120 just to get rid of all the marks and the imperfections, and then we'll go up the grit to finish off. Just check that. So just a little bit more. Just get that on the bottom. Oh, look at them all coming in now. Jesus. You know why they're all coming in? Because you guys are awesome. That's why they're coming in. I think I might send an email to YouTube and just tell them that I'm getting bombarded by them all the time. That must be 10 or 12 of them that come in, I suppose. Right, so that's sanded up to 120. So we're going to go up to our grits now. 180, 120, 180, 180. I think I'm going to spray the inside of this black. Should I do it black? Or should I leave it natural? What do you reckon? So 180, 240. Just going to roll that edge in just to match in. I know we sanded the other side, but we'll just gently roll that in so we got no line on it. So the next one, 320. Last one, 400. And that will do. There we go. That's all nicely sanded up now. So what we can do now is we can start getting some shape on our centerpiece. So what we need to do is just need to support this end a little bit. There's still a little bit of tear out in there. I think that'll be okay though. So we just need to get a little bit of support in there. So I've got a tennis ball here somewhere. I can find it. Here it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my tennis ball in there. Oh, look at that. Wicked fit. And then I'm going to bring in this tailstock just to give me a little bit of support, really. So we can start getting rid of some of this on here. Are you back?
Oh, what?
It was just to load more of them things coming.
Was there? They sorted it, didn't they?
Turn the extraction off. All right, so
Did you answer Amy's question?
No, I haven't seen any questions.
She said, "What's the difference between Abernet and a regular sandpaper?"
Abernet is it's a net, as it says on the title. So let me just grab another bit of sandpaper and I will show you. God, I can't believe you got a burger there. Oh, right, so if I get a bit of sandpaper, tear a bit off of there. Right, so Abernet is a mesh. So can you see on there? Here, you see on there. Let's just focus that in. So Abernet is a mesh. So it's finished. So Abernet is a mesh, so you can see through it, as you can see through it. So what happens is the fine dust will fall through, as long as you don't overheat it when you're turning. So therefore, don't push too hard on it. Don't have the lathe running too fast. Like then I just had it running fast, so you just move it quicker. But you can feel the heat generate through it, so just keep moving it around so you don't get the heat in one place. So as long as you don't melt it, it lasts quite a while. So it works really well. But like I say, the dust actually goes through it. With sandpaper, obviously it's glass paper, as we call it over here. Several different types of different manufacturers, but the dust can't get out of it. So so if you're sanding with a piece of sandpaper, you can see that the dust is going to get trapped within the sandpaper. With the Abernet, with the same thing, you just flick it, and all the dust comes out of it. So a little bit more expensive, but much better in my eyes. I use normal sandpaper for work, but I use Abernet for turning because I find it much better. Right, so I'm going to use a bowl gouge just to take some of this out of here, and then we'll go down to the spindle gouge just to refine it. Actually, we could use a rough and gouge, I suppose, be better. Let's use the rough and gouge to take some of that out of there. So I'm going to try and put a little bit of detail on the stem.
Do you want me
If I
to
can.
say what people said about colours?
Not yet.
If I might not be able to get back.
Well, write it down. There's a bit of paper in front of you.
Too late. Roy's back. It's cooled down now.
Oh, I think so glad. He's
Colin
got
says Abonet is great for getting rid of a rough bit of skin too.
It's good stuff. I mean, it's a little bit more expensive than sandpaper, but if you look after it, it does last. Oops.
Wedgwood Work says, have you tried King Arthur Tools inflatable bowl sander?
No, I haven't.
Apparently, Wedgwood Works is in Michigan and weed is legal there.
And what is?
Weed.
All right. Right, so what I want to try and put a little bit of detail on this stem. So I want to find the middle, which is about there, I reckon. So what I was thinking was a little sphere in the middle and then feathered into it. And that's a bit adventurous for me. I'm going to give it a go. So I'm going to put a pattern to either side of that. So, spindle gouge now. Gently bring this in. Try and get this tool rest a little bit closer. I can't hear you.
Corfu's a Greek island, Amy.
I bet Roy's blogging something to somebody while he's out there. I know what he's like. I don't want this stem mega thin. I don't mind having it thin, but I don't want it really, really thin. But obviously you got to have it thin enough, because if not, that'll be a chalice, so I've been told.
The weather here is all right, Douglas. We're just expecting rain about 3 o'clock, I think it was. I don't know if it still is. Oh, wait a minute. today? Yeah, 3 o'clock. So I'm keeping an eye because I've got washing out. Hence, I keep going in and out. Which Woodwork says get lots of inspiration from your channel. They
Oh.
they're talking about weed at the minute.
Thank you. That's always nice when people say things like that. Not about the weed. But I always try and. I mean, I'm always up for trying new things. Sometimes they don't work. Hence the boiled sweet bowl. But that might be worth revisiting now I've got a bit more experience. I'm just trying to get a bit of shape on this goblet stem. I want it to go fat around the ball area and then pin down to the actual fixing point for the base and the top of the goblet or the bottom of the goblet. That's what I'm trying to do. But we need a bit more out there because that one's a bit longer than that one by the looks of that. If I can get them roughly the same size, and then we can start shaping our ball. Then we can start doing what we're going to do. So we'll take a bit of this off. Get this down to a fairly decent size.
Right, Douglas said he's still got his washing out too. Roy said when he gets back he'll sort out looking at that cutter.
All right, mate. Cheers.
Woodwork Glowing said carrots love a bit of rain. Gary said the rain will come just in time for the Grand Prix.
Yeah, make it interesting. Right, so
Pete said he better hit the thumbs up, but he's sorry he's waiting for me to do the veg prep. Not today, can't be bothered.
It's not doing it today, Pete.
Amy said, is it going to be a sun shower or proper rain? Not sure. I think it's going to rain for 2 hours, but that'll be wet. Someone's got to go. Wait a minute. I can't just skip. Doug said, I'll watch the rest later. Have to go. Bye. Take care, Doug.
See you later, Doug. Thanks for coming over.
Ben said he used to work in an electronics store, and one of his biggest sellers was the small weighing scales. No idea why, but there was one customer who you could still smell.
You need to
10
move your
minutes
microphone.
after he'd
You're
left.
not. You keep fading out.
Sorry. Is that better?
That's better.
Ruby Claire said, Happy Independence Day to all our American friends. Oh, yeah. No, it's tomorrow, isn't it? Oh, it might be. I don't know. What time
4th
is
of
it
July.
there? That's 3rd today.
Yeah, that'll be perhaps be tomorrow then.
Oh, Brian said Friday the 15th will be the cut-off date to get your pictures into Steve in an email to skkrafts@btinternet.com.
Hey, Brian. So that will make it the Sunday the 17th then.
Shane Hurst is on.
Hi, Shane. So just some nice little rounded details in here, really, just to try and make this look as delicate as possible.
Sid said it's time for his beauty sleep. He's got to go. Catch later. Take care, Sid.
See you later, Sid. Thanks for coming over, mate. Nice to see you. Oh, your name anyway.
Mm.
So just gently try and feather that into that now. Give it a bit of character, as they call it. Just gentle passes now, because we're getting near the final cuts. We don't want to be too aggressive and end up getting a catch and causing a bit of hoo-ha. The only trouble is I've cut that one too short, too narrow now, haven't I? So we've got to take a bit off of this one. But I could take a bit of girth off of that because that look a bit big and chunky for that little stem, really. So
Right, my list of jobs I've got to do in the 6 weeks.
yeah, I'll add some to that for you.
Douglas said he just asked Alexa and no rain for him. But they're black clouds out there. Woodwork learner, what does delicate mean, Steve?
Yeah. Have you seen the size of my paws, Andy? I always find us always just keep nibbling at it until you get happy medium, or until you're happy with it. I'd rather go over it 6 or 7 times until I'm happy with it, rather than trying to do it all in one go and end up making it wrong and you got to start all over again. So I like reshape. I'll shape it now, and then think to myself, "Oh no, it's not quite right. I'll reshape it again." Or it's too big, so I'll take a bit off and reshape it again. So that might not be the right way, but whoops, that's the way I normally go.
Chris said, Steve, did you get Mark to do a drawing for you of a goblet? Colin Izzard said he's got to go. Catch you later.
See you later, Colin. Thanks
Thank
for
you
coming over.
over. Right. What was I going to say? Who's doing lives tomorrow?
Pete and Brian, I believe.
So if you want to put your links in, guys, that'll be good.
So now the tricky part, get them to look alike.
Douglas said, Steve, slowly, slowly, catchy monkey.
Yeah, that's the trouble, Douglas. I want it thin and I want it looking delicate, but I don't want to overdo it and end up making it go Pete Tong.
Pete said Steve has to do it that way because he doesn't have reverse.
Ooh!
Put wood back on like we do.
Ooh! Don't
Oh
tell me that's
no,
just broke. Don't tell me that's just broke.
Barry said it's raining with beach, so it's on its way to us.
I think that's just broke there. Oh man! Someone said about catch, didn't they?
Yes, Douglas Mung, blame him.
Yeah, I'm blaming Douglas.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
We've got Dave Beyond. He's in Kansas.
Hi Dave, how you doing? Thanks for coming over. Welcome. So I'm just going to put some thin super glue in there. Hope that's going to hold that.
Oh, see, you went too thin.
No, it weren't too thin. The tool slipped underneath it. And
On the make stuff said, oh no.
Who said that?
I want to make stuff. Woodwork said, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I want to make stuff when she's gone.
No, she ain't.
So Brian's put his link in for tomorrow. Just Pete's got to put his. So Pete's put his link in, so he's on at lunchtime tomorrow, and Brian's on tomorrow night. What time's Brian on?
8 o'clock.
And Pete's on at
1 o'clock.
1. Woodwork said, Starbond to the rescue.
Yeah, Starbond.
Woodwork said, whoops.
Just that nanosecond of lack of concentration.
Woodwork Learner said, so it's a broken goblet week then, Steve?
No, that's not broken. That's not broken.
Brian said it's a mic goblet.
Alright, so put that little step in there. Let's get some shape on the foot. So I'm going to part it there somewhere.
Barry said it's a 2-part goblet.
It's a two-parter. So get rid of some of this girth off of this. Don't need all this on there. Don't need all that on there, do we? So I'm going to bring that over. Deep breaths. Bring the tool rest closer, Stephen. All
Right.
Right, so I think that's the shape I'm going to go for. What's that in there? There's a dark mark there. Is that a burn mark or is that a bit of inclusion? Burn mark, that's right. It's a burn mark. Right, so let's just gently clean this up. Right, so I think that's what I'm going to go for. The shape, head's a bit big for the foot, but we'll see what it looks like once it's all sanded up and coloured, I think. So 120 again. Again, I'm going to turn the lathe down just a little tiny bit, but not a lot. We're just going to gently sand this up now. We don't want to go too high on that because we've already sanded that top half. Have we got time to colour this or?
1:30.
Is it really? Let me go.
Maybe not. Right.
I blame the people
I
who
want
want
to
to.
make stuff said looks like there's an odd shape stroke line on the lower side of the cup.
Here, yeah, there is at the moment. That's a sander mark until I get it sanded out. Because I'm using 120 grit, so it's going to be a sander mark now.
Right, I'm just going to go check because I don't want it to rain on this washing.
Right, so that's 120. 180. So 240. I'm trying to get this done as quick as I can. $240, 320. The last one, if I can find it, 400. Here it is. So 600. So I don't think we're going to get a chance to colour it. Or are we? What's the time? Well, I'm just going to chuck some colour on it quickly. I'm going to chuck one colour on it. I'm going to chuck flame red. Get a pair of gloves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do red all the way up till here, and then yellow in from there. So I want yellow first, actually. And all my bottles are seized up because they've been used for such a long time. So we're going to put yellow all on there. What?
Got it all in. Joe's asked if it's going to be Yorkshire grit.
No, sorry, Jay.
They're back again. Pete said he's concerned about tomorrow's live. As Steve jinxed the hashtag goblet week, should I start on a 3-part goblet?
So I'm just going to run that yellow just around that edge. Like that, because I'm going to just blow in the inside of that with a black. And then we're going to do the rest in ruby flame red.
Lincoln screen.
We're just going to put a little bit on there, and what we're going to do is just going to feather that up over that edge. We just don't want hardly any on our cloth when we feather in. So what you want to do is just gently feather that in with nearly a dry cloth. So as you can see, as the cloth is dry, and it's just gently fading that yellow into the red.
Michelle said, Steve, please burn it, colour it, lacquer it. I've got 25 minutes left to go on this treadmill.
All right, that's the colours I'm going to do on it. That's what I'm going to do on it. So we're just going to dry that off. What you can do to blend that in a little bit better, you can use a little bit of methylated spirits just to blend that in a little bit better. But
What time are you finished?
what?
What time do you normally finish?
1:30. Go as quick as I can.
I know. Who chose the colours?
I did.
That's disgusting.
My favourite colours. So just a little bit of cellulose sand and sealer spray. Put that over there. That should take a little bit of the colour off, just to make it look a little bit distressed. So one more coat of that.
Dr. Bob said John wants to know what dye you are using.
It's Hampshire Sheen Intrinsic Colours, John.
I want to make stuff going because the F1's on.
See you later. Thank you very much for coming in. Right, so we're just going to burnish that. So speed the lathe up a little bit.
Colin said he just watched the F2 crash. Halo saved the driver's life.
That's not the first driver that's been saved. Grosjean's been saved by it. Hamilton's been saved by it. Best thing they ever brought into motor racing, the Halo.
Is that the thing that
Considering
goes
that,
around their heads thing bit?
yes, that thing what goes around, yeah, where they sit below it. Considering a lot of people opposed it, I bet they're kicking themselves now. I bet they're glad they didn't get opposed. Right. So that's coloured. So I'm going to do now, I'm just going to get some embellishing wax on that. I'm going to use bronze, black, bit of black maybe, bit of black I think. So I'm using a little bit of black embellishing wax, only a little bit, not a lot. And all we want to do is put it in this little bit here. What are you watching?
Red Syrax. Not the chat. Klondike said he missed a little due to domestic duties.
Right, so just going to buff that off now.
Lewis said nice colour.
Oh, thank you, Lewis. Mrs. reckon that's awful.
Didn't.
So just a little bit of embellishing wax on there. Actually, I'm going to cover the whole thing in black embellishing wax because I think that'll bring that grain up a little bit better. Plus that'll give it an old look, I think.
Pete said, do you put 6-inch thick layer of embellishing wax, then wonder why it doesn't buff off?
Pete, what are you saying? Was that aimed at anybody specific, Pete, or was it just a general question? Right, so let's buff this off.
Should we watch Grand Prix after this?
So, right, that's not on channel. You know, unless you've got Sky, you can't watch it live, can you? It's not live on Channel 4, I don't think. I think that's not till tonight highlights. They cancelled our F1, didn't they, when they changed all the packages? I'm not paying for it. Right, so it's just a little bit of embellishing wax. We'll give it a little bit of a sheen, not a massive sheen, but just a little tiny bit. Right, so the thing we need to do now is put a little bit of black on the inside. This is where I undo this and the end falls off because of the glue didn't take. Right, so I just want a little bit of black intrinsic. Move that out of the way. Take that out of there so I don't stab myself in the elbow. So just a little bit of black. Really need to clean these blooming nozzles out. Just trying to get it right down the bottom there without doing any damage. So again, we're just going to blend in. Should have done this with an air gun really, but I didn't see the point of dirtying an air gun up just to a little tiny bit. Perhaps go a little bit higher than that. We're boring you.
Mm. Barry's Wood Creation says, Steve, that looks great. He's got to go. Brian said it's live on Channel 4.
Oh, right, okay. Go
He's
record
watching
it.
on the big screen.
Right, so a little
Should I
bit.
go check and see if that's recording then?
Yeah, it should be because I don't know if you go. If that's not recording, just record it, please. So we just get a bit of sand and sealer in there. Just seal that up. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't hear a word of that. So just got to denib that, but really gently. So just a little bit of wax in there, and I think actually I'll do it with some black embellishing wax, since we did black on the outside. Just a little bit of black embellishing wax on the inside. Just buff out that, just give it a little bit of a sheen. So I think that's as far as I'm going to go. I'm going to part it now. So I'm just going to part that now. And then you'll be glad to hear we are done. I'm just going to put a little tiny relief on that underneath it. So it doesn't, on the whole thing, it'll just sit on the edge. Oops. Like that. So I've got a little bit of a tab on the bottom. I'll just get a knife and cut that off. It's a bit high in the middle there.
Right.
Right, so the base needs sorting out, which I'll, oh God's sake, which I'll sort out afterwards. Live's been going on too long, way too long. So I do apologise, but here it is, at long last, a gobble lit. So hashtag goblet week. Oh, that was hard work. That was. It seemed to take forever. It took me less time to do that blue and bowl this morning than I did to do that. So
Rush back in for nothing.
hashtag goblet week. Now, I'll focus setting. That's not very well focused, is it? There you go. That's a bit better. So hashtag goblet week. It's your interpretation of the goblet you are doing. So Stephen's just put in there, remove rubber gloves or move gloves while the lathe's running. With normal gloves, I totally agree. If you're wearing, I see some people wearing proper gloves, i.e. fabric ones, then I totally agree. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. With the rubber gloves, if they get caught, they're just going to tear. They're not strong enough to drag your hand into the lathe. So it's not a big deal, to be perfectly honest, with rubber gloves. If I wouldn't do it with fabric gloves, that's for sure, because obviously that is dangerous. They can drag your hand into the machine. But with rubber gloves, if they got caught, they're just basically going to just split. They split 9 times out of 10 when you put them on, let alone anything else. Right, so hashtag goblet. Sorry it took so long. Sorry it took longer than normal and we've run over. And I do apologise for that. But don't know why it took us so long, to be honest. There's no physical reason why it's taken so long. But hey,
Looks very nice.
Can't find my rubber end now. Right. Yes. So as Brian was saying earlier,
He's put it on there again.
yeah.
You read the comment.
So as Brian said earlier, all pictures to me by, I think he said the 14th, 15th. If you can, if you want to take part in hashtag Goblet Week, if you can get your pictures over to me by the 15th, then I will add them to the montage that I normally put up, and the montage will be active on the Sunday the 17th. That will be. Turn my light off now. So yeah. So anyway, nothing special. Just a nice little goblet, bit thin around the bottom of the goblet. Not quite in proportion. The head's a little bit too big in my eyes. Should have been a little bit smaller. But like I said all along, it's your interpretation. So be nice to see some nice vibrant colours. But like I say, send over what you want to send over. Right, so let's go back to that cam, turn them lights off. So there we go. Goblet, like I say, I think the head's a bit too big. The head should have been a bit narrower. It's not really in proportion with the stem and the foot. But we nearly broke it. We nearly didn't make it. It caught underneath there, and actually the super glue's holding it well. But you can't see where I've glued it over, so that's even better.
Now, really, mate.
Right, so I'm going. Have a great day. Speak to you soon. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
See you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
That's all, folks.